happened here?
Why would they do this? I paid back the money.
Try to calm down and tell us about it. Maybe we can help.
When I came to open the shop this morning, I found the door forced and this catastrophe.
Do you know who did it?
I can guess, but it doesn't make any sense. I borrowed some money to start my business.
And the collectors decided to pay you a friendly little visit, eh? What's the matter? Broke?
No.
Why did you take out a loan?
To explain that, I will first have to tax your patience with a brief background. The Verazza family is quite prominent. My father is head of one of the wealthiest houses in Midova, if not in all of Pianda. To him, politics and big business are meat and drink. But I have no stomach for such insidious maneuvering. I want a simpler life, surrounded by objects of beauty.
Hence this shop.
Yes, this shop. Of course, my father was furious when I told him. He cut me off completely. My mother came to me in secret and offered me the money, but I have my pride. That is why I took out a loan from Antoni.
I know exactly what you mean. It sounds like we have much in common, Paolo. Or at least our fathers do.
Antoni is a Berlin moneylender who lives here in Midova. Over 2 weeks ago, I sent a courier to Antoni bearing the balance of the loan.
Antoni never received your money. The courier you entrusted with it was ambushed and robbed. We found him at the Greener Pasture Inn, drowning his sorrows in ale.
Didn't he tell Antoni that thieves got the money?
Antoni didn't care. All he knew was that you owed him and he hadn't been paid. Funny thing is, the courier said he'd been jumped and robbed by noblemen.
Hannah's ears. The Contuso family. In the time of my great-grandfather, the house of Verazza suffered a devastating tragedy. For many generations, we had been close friends with the Contuso family. We did business together, drank together, married, and made babies together. One fateful day, 2 Verazza infants were left in the care of a daughter of the Contuso family. A young man, her suitor, came to call. She abandoned her charges to go off with him to a dance. A candle fell over in some straw bedding, the house went up in an instant, and the babies were lost. The 2 families have been at each other's throats ever since.
That's horrible. So you believe it was the Contusos that robbed the courier?
I am almost certain of it. The hatred runs so deep that neither side misses a chance to try to ruin the other.
I hope this doesn't sound too selfish under the circumstances, but did the Chailan Tea come in?
Sadly, it did. The bastards ruined only what they did not confiscate. Much of my merchandise is gone, including, it grieves me to say, your tea.
It seems to me that had Antoni the decency to come talk to you first, he could have made a much better return on his investment. Will you be all right if those collection goons return?
Don't concern yourself with me, my lord. I am not without friends. If those men return, we will be ready to offer them our hospitality.
Offer them some hospitality from me, too. Perhaps on our travels we can help clear up this mystery. Goodbye, and good luck.
Yes?
We've come to talk to you, Mr. Octomont, about a client of yours, Mr. Paolo Verazza.
I do not make it a practice to discuss my clients with strangers.
I am William Escobar, the governor's son. If you do not discuss this matter with me, perhaps you'd prefer to discuss your financial records with the tax officials.
I do not respond well to threats, veiled or otherwise. However, since you may have some political influence when you get older, I will answer your questions.
Why did you send men to wreck Paolo's shop when he paid off his debt?
I did not receive the money. Therefore, the only fact of which I am sure is that he did not meet his contract. Payment-wise, situations such as this are bad for business. I am a businessman, therefore situations such as this are bad for me. I sent my representatives to Mr. Varazza's place of business to remind him of his obligations.
I can't help but think that it would have been to your advantage to talk to the man before you wrecked his shop. But, of course, I'm not a businessman. What I do know is that along with everything else, you confiscated a special order of Chailan Tea.
I will be more than happy to return the confiscated merchandise when the Varazza debt is rendered in full. I do not care who provides payment, but it must be paid in the near future. Otherwise, my associates will have to visit Mr. Varazza again, which might not be so beneficial to him. Health-wise.
We don't have that kind of money. Is there any other way we can cancel the debt?
I may have something. I loaned money to a Ganesh mystic named Enkudi. Not a wise decision, profit-wise. Several of my agents have tried to collect, but none have been successful. 2 have failed to return. I have blacklisted the name of Enkudi so that he cannot take advantage of my colleagues as well. Pursuing this matter is no longer a viable option for my corporation. However, if you can collect Enkudi's debt, I will cancel that of Paolo Varazza.
I think we'd like to make the attempt, collection-wise. Where is this mystic typically found?
The most recent report put him somewhere near Montari territory.
A real pleasure doing business, Mr. Octomont. We'll now be on our way, leaving-wise.